Hello everybody, this is Anthony James DeLuise reporting to you from Vitruvian Video. What is above is so below. Today we are going to be speaking about poetry and the tarot and my views on how to use poetry and tarot to understand more meanings within yourself. Now, the tarot has the major arcana. And the major arcana has a list of different archetypes and characteristics within these archetypes of the cards, from the Fool all the way to the World card. Now, a good tactic in learning yourself with the tarot is to find people in your life that represent certain characteristics of the cards and the major arcana. You may have someone in your life that resembles the Hierophant, a wise, powerful guide, father figure. Or you might have someone who represents the Temperance, someone who is balanced to equilibrium, is beautiful and sensuous within the energies and balance, and like when you're around them you just feel balanced. Or someone who's like the Priestess, and they have such deep occultic wisdom within themselves, and they teach you just by being around them. Now, another thing is when you find these reasons of how people correlate within your life, and you understand the archetype of a person, you will understand how they go with your story and how they connect to your storyline. Another thing, when you pick a tarot deck, the theme of the deck is something that represents something within you. So you're basically guided towards it, and you pick out a specific deck specifically for something that resonates within you. Once you have that, you will understand how to use that deck and how that deck is specific for you. And other decks may be different for people you read for, if you do read for people, but if you read for yourself, then the deck specifically for the readings for yourself has to correspond to something that symbolizes you. Now with poetry. Poetry with automatic writing. Whenever you're feeling upset, emotional, usually best times when you spark an interest to write. It's good to let things out, and it's good to write when you feel upset so you understand the feelings even more. Sometimes you get writer's block, just put it down on paper. It doesn't have to be perfect, or it doesn't have to be the best. Just put it down and read it and understand it, And then later on you might write a better poem after you basically digest the emotions better and dissect them perfectly by putting them in better order. But automatic writing is a really good way to understand who you are by writing and seeing how it basically comes out, how it pours out of you. Another thing with poetry is I think everyone should write, even if you're not a good writer, because that really is up for debate. Basically, it's basically in the perception of the person who interprets if it's good or not, because everybody can have a different view of someone's poem. Art is in the eye of the beholder, and in my eyes, and how I read or how I feel and how I see things is different. A lot of people inspire me. So it never really is in the concept of great or not good. Some people are just more educated with words, some people just know how to flow better, but in all essence, it's poetry. Poetry is poetry. Now, when you do this, look at a timeline in your life, from when you wrote poetry, and then like a year or two later, or even just later in life, you start reading poems in a timeline of yourself. You start to see how you basically change within emotions and how you view life and how you express things within life, and you see a kind of like aspect of change within yourself. And I feel like not just with poetry, with art, music, all different types of things of expression, how you see your expression change and how it basically starts to develop even more as time goes on. You start to see different aspects of yourself. And it's really beautiful to do that with poetry, and to do that technique with the tarot as well is really good to basically understand more within yourself. Thank you everybody, this has been Anthony James DeLuise for Vitruvian Video. What is above is so below.